Once again, back on the highways, D-Time, Dallas, Texas. Riding. It's morning time. How's everyone today? Just took my badass kids to school, in which I actually do not like doing, because public school is bullshit. Everybody know that already? Like, a lot of the times when I be learning stuff, and as I read stuff, and my mind blown, because I'm like, oh man, they've been lying about this, whatever. I think, like, I wonder how many people know, how many people don't. So I wonder, like, am I behind the ball as far as I think I am? It seems like a lot of this stuff, well, all this stuff has been going on for years, and I'm 28 years old. I feel like I should have been seeing this, because some of it is kind of obvious. I mean, really, it's just the fact that a lot of it was labeled conspiracy theory, so I never checked them out, or you never investigated things. But public schools is bullshit, man. The math is essential. It's essential. You can tell. You can tell I say school's bullshit. I can't even talk well. That's why I use a lot of curse words. English was always my weakest subject. English and language arts, mostly just like that. Pronouns and verbs and shit. I never understood none of that, man. I mean, I understand it. I wasn't stupid. I guess, but it was always a little too complicated for me, to be honest with you. I like it. I feel like I can get my point across with the amount of words I know of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like all that's really necessary. Then once I was on my pro-black, dashiki with a dashiki with a bow tie type shit or whatever. That shit don't even make sense. Anyway, when I was on that shit, I was like, this ain't even my true language as a black man in America. I put on my Malcolm X glasses. I used to tell motherfuckers, hold on. If somebody asked me a question, I say, hold on, let me put on my Malcolm X glasses. Listen, brother. So I was on that shit, like, they essentially took us out of our land. And I really don't like to get on this racial thing, because it's just separation, and that's all it is, I don't know. They took us out of our land and told us this is the way to be. This is the religion. This is the person who you should pray to. This is the way you're supposed to talk. And just so happens the guy we want you to pray to look just like us, so you know who your masters is. White Jesus. From the Christians out there. So, English. You know what I'm saying? I never really had an interest in learning it too well. I mean, that much. Like, as long as I could talk, I was good. At one point, I thought I needed to know, a lot of words so I could get my point across to a lot of different people. But I believe that if you really just want to tell somebody something, to make it as simple as possible is the goal. So how many big words do you need, right? So anyway, math, science, because I was originally on, independent. Fucking public schools. Math, science, necessary, of course. But the history, what they teach, and this is what it is complete bullshit. And we all know that. I mean, we have to know that. I take that back. Some of y'all don't really know that, because a lot of people don't really care. But like black people, it's just to y'all specifically, you really should care, because all Black History Month talks about is what the nigga did in America. That's all they talk about. What this ignorant nigga from slavery was able to accomplish. With his dumb ass. That's how they put it, if you think about it, man. Like, you know, through the toughest of odds, you know, he was able to, you know, type shit. That's how they do it. You know what I'm saying? To make you feel like if you're successful in America, then, you know, you done what you're supposed to do. You know, I mean, you won, in a sense. But then, you know, once you get into the corporate world, you realize that to become successful in America, you got to do some real underhand shit a lot of the times. I ain't gonna say all the time, but it's a lot of the time. You got to do some underhand shit, you know what I'm saying? So, if a person knew that his great, you know, times 1,000 grandfather could have been the king of Egypt, you know what I'm saying? Which essentially was like one of the most powerful people in the world, you know, in those times, was black people. You know, this is Earth's history. This isn't black history. You know, and I believe that's why they don't go past 1600s when they speak of black history, you know, to these schools and to these, you know, to these kids. Because I'm gonna be real, I didn't know. Only reason I knew anything pretty much about Egypt is, you know, fucking the mummy, or the pyramids. Shit, I didn't know. You know, it's cool. I don't know. And then I Know I Can by Nas. If I ever find out that Nas is in the Illuminati, that shit gonna really kind of hurt. That shit gonna really hurt me, cause it hurt me to really realize that Jay-Z was in it. That shit hurt just cause, you know, I admired it. I ain't gonna lie, I admired it. You know, Lil Wayne too. But if I found out that Nas was in that shit, I'd just be like, God damn, cause he opened my mind up to a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? On that song, Empires in Africa called Kush, Timbuktu, where every race came to get books. I'm like, what? He said to learn from black teachers who taught Greeks and Romans. I looked that shit up. Them Greeks and all them Romans, they whole society was based off Egypt. Whole society. They got all that, all that shit. You know, I can't get into specifics because I don't remember everything. But essentially, a lot of them, I think it was somewhere in Europe, Greek, somewhere, wherever the Dark Ages was, when they was living like fucking peasants or some shit, like feces in the streets and shit. And at the same time, you know, the next continent over, you know what I'm saying, they had, you know, sustainable civilizations. You know, they had fucking lights and they had electricity. They had all that shit back in the day. You know, we think that we the smartest era or whatever, and it's a lie, basically. You know, they had all this shit. They know all that shit. It's a fucking helicopter, a picture of a helicopter on the ancient wall and the hieroglyphs. A helicopter, people, fucking spaceship. So, I mean, it's a helicopter on one, it's a spaceship on another. It's a man in a fucking space outfit. It's all on the wall in Egypt. I mean, they've been through all this, what we've been through, in a sense. They don't teach you that, though. They want you to think that this is what it is. And back in the day, when they don't even know how the hell they built the pyramids, but apparently those people were stupider than us, and we've evolved to this. And Obama was the first black president. Oh, black people, we done won. You see what I'm saying? When we was kings before America existed. Now that shit is not important though. In our actuality, that shit, it is, but it ain't. It is because young African American men don't know what they are and what they could possibly be, and they think that all they is niggas in the hood, niggas crazy. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it don't matter because we all human, and if you dwell on that facet of our history, it's gonna keep us apart. You know, we gonna think all these fuck ass white people, they tell me the truth about shit, and that's how I looked at it. But if you look at it, they don't know the truth either. Shit, they just, you know, they just as ignorant as you, they just as blind as you. And I'm talking about the average person that you run into, the average white or black person. I mean, you know what I'm saying? White, black, or Mexican person who may treat you, the young black man, like you a thug or you a You know what I'm saying? Just a hoodlum, just a low down ass nigga. Because that's what they see on TV. But that's the point, though. You see what I'm saying? That's why they got these stand your ground laws and shit. Because they trying to paint the picture like black people is just like some fucking gorillas in a sense, you know, just young. And then you got rappers out telling niggas to be, you know, goblins and goons and, you know what I'm saying, don't value a woman and, you know, kill any nigga that got a problem. You see what I'm saying? So it's all a game. So you can't be mad at your boss, cause he might treat you like you ain't shit, cause that's how he think about niggas, cause that's what he been fed, and he don't really know. He ain't really sat down and talked to no young black man, cause you know what I'm saying. He feel like they ain't got nothing to offer. Now maybe if he knew the history, you see, if he knew that, you know, this young black man who you got stocking your groceries and you treating like shit, his great times 1,000 grandfather had your great times 1,000 grandfather as a slave. You see what I'm saying? And it ain't. But I say that to say I don't want us as black people to feel above white people, and I'm tired of us feeling like we below white people. You know, and that really bothers me, man. You know, so we all equal, man. We need to know our history, but at the same time, you know, we still out here right now for this in the time of ascension, as spiritual people say. You know, whether you believe in that or not, I don't care. But if you're here right now on Earth, you like very very. If you're here and you're human, you're very very special. You know, you're so. In conclusion, public schools ain't shit. White and black people need to come together and get off the stupid shit. And I always love my Mexican people because they don't give a fuck. They just look out for their people. I love that shit about Mexicans, man. Mexicans don't give a fuck. Just, you know, you don't bother me. He gonna look out for his kinfolk. And shit, they good. That's why they be winning over here, and we be beefing. But you know, it ain't no organized propaganda going towards Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? They stereotyped, but that's everybody. You feel me? That don't hurt them as much as it hurts us. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause we getting shot like a motherfucker. You know they. So I don't know, but we as a human race, need to be more like the Mexican race, the subculture, because you know all humans are equal. All humans are the same. Race is an illusion. It's bullshit, people. So, but the Mexican, the people of Mexico, they have a great value on family. They take care of each other. That's beautiful, and that's how we do. They need to teach us how to do shit. Because they got that shit down pat, real. And you white folks, y'all will step on each other in a minute. And you know it. And black folks will kill a nigga for it. So anyway, public schools ain't shit. When I get some money, I'm taking my kids out of that shit. You do the same. Like, take it in.